Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Beautiful day today, and I wanted to take this time to put a video together for you to give you an update on what's going on in my life and also talk about a couple of things that I feel is important that I should share with you. I just got done driving with my son. I'm walking home. I've had it. I abandoned the car and my son. I'm like, oh, I'm out of here. Hats off to all driver instructors. Next to firefighters, I believe you guys are probably the bravest people on earth. You guys don't even need to go to an amusement park for thrill rides. Just give your keys to your child and go driving with them. That's all the thrill that you'll need, and you'll be good for probably forever. All joking aside, I didn't go driving with him. He's home. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's playing video games, but hats off to my son. You're a good driver. I believe in you. Guys, I am turning 50 in about a week. The countdown is on. The clock is ticking, and this might be the last video you see of me while I'm still in my 40s. Great feeling, kind of sad, that you're getting older, but you know what? I'm embracing being 50. I am looking forward to it. I am happy that I've lived a good portion of my life, and looking back, I think I've done quite well. I have friends. I think I've done all the right things in life. Lots of my classmates who post pictures of themselves when they turn 50. I'm kind of cheating. You are not seeing me at 50, but I promise when I do turn 50 next week, I'll post a picture of myself just so you see what I look like. I'm still training for the marathon. If you guys remember one of my last videos, I told you I'm running the New York City Marathon. So that training's going pretty well. I started training on January of this year, January 1st of this year. Still going strong. As a matter of fact, today I have to run, and I have an app on my phone that tells me how long I should run and how frequent I should be running. So today is a 2.5 hour run for me. Not looking forward to it, but it's something that needs to be done, I guess. If you're going to be running 26 miles, you got to be in the best shape as possible. So after this video, I'm going to go run, watch the Clone Wars, of course, and afterwards, I'm going to stretch, and then I'm going to lay in my bed and play chess for the rest of the day. Training's going quite well. The race is in November, and this is only February, and I've been training pretty hard, and I still have a long way to go until the race. But what I'm trying to do is, one, I run on a treadmill just so I can actually get my endurance up, so I can actually run maybe about 20 miles without getting too tired at a decent clip. And then afterwards, I'm just going to be 100% outside running in the neighborhood, up and down hills, just so my body can get used to the different types of terrain, running on pavement, running up and down hills, so I could get used to that. But at least by then, I would have had the endurance already down packed. So it's kind of like I'm training 2 times for this one marathon. It might be overkill. It's the first time I ran this kind of distance. I definitely want to make sure I can do it. As I mentioned before, I am running for a charity. I'm not doing this just for me. I will be running for Teams for Kids. So I'm putting meaning to the miles that I'm going to be pounding out there. It's an organization ran by the New York Road Runners Club, where they give kids opportunities and events and activities that they can participate in to get them active. So if you guys want to leave a donation, I'll leave a link in the description below to my GoFundMe page. And I thank you all in advance if you are willing to donate. In this video, I'm not going to tell you that you should exercise and you should eat healthy. You hear that all the time, and you probably say it to yourselves as well. But I wanted to focus on a couple of things that people might be overlooking if they are exercising. And it's very important as we all age, that generally neglected. Focus on your hip flexors. Hip flexors are your muscles that are right around your hips, in front of right above your quads, below your waist. It's the muscle that's used to lift your leg upstairs, and it's generally not being exercised, especially if we're sitting down at a desk for 8 hours a day, maybe even 14 hours a day. It's just it's just not being used. For those of you who know what a hip flexor is, you might say, okay, I stretch my hip flexor. I stretch it regularly. It's not tight. Yes, you might stretch it, but do you actually work it out? There's some exercises that you can use, that you can do that would strengthen your hip flexors. Stretching is one thing, but working out is another thing. So yeah, your muscles will loose, that's great. But if they're weak and loose, okay, that's not as great. So definitely pay attention to exercises that strengthen your hip flexors. And I'll be putting out videos that will actually show you how you can strengthen your hip flexor. And that's one. Two, second thing would be thoracic spine stretches. You know, you always hear about people shrinking. You know, as a matter of fact, I used to be 7 feet, but now that I'm turning 50, I think I'm closer to 6 feet now. As we age, you know, our bodies start to hunch over. You know, we just lose muscle mobility. And your thoracic spine is a very important part of your body because it enables movement. It prevents shoulder, back pain, neck stiffness. I believe, and I'm gonna find this out, hopefully God willing, if I live to be 80, that if I were to stretch my thoracic spine enough and I stay flexible and mobile up there, stay as firm as possible, and see how that goes. So remember, folks, thoracic spine stretches, especially as we get into our golden years. I'm not in my golden years yet, but I'm getting there. So I'll be ready for it when I do approach it. The third piece of advice I could give you all, and actually pertains to all the female viewers generally, but you know, male viewers will benefit from this as well, because I'm sure a lot of them, because we also have women in our life. And you know, let me start this off with a story. When my boys were playing soccer, during one of the practices, I was talking to one of the mothers, and she was telling me how she was being pestered by someone in her family to get a mammogram. Okay, and she kept putting it off, but the family member stayed persistent and to say, you got to stay on top of how often you get your mammograms. She went on to explain to me that, you know, she was definitely long overdue for one, and if it wasn't for the family member who was constantly reminding her to get one, she probably would have never have gotten it. And when she did get the mammogram, she was diagnosed with cancer. They found cancer cells in her breast. Okay, so when she told me that story, she said to me, if you have family members who are behind on their mammograms, you know, or even whether you know or not, just ask them, when was the last time you got your mammogram? And she asked me to just do her a favor and stay on top of them to make sure that they follow through with the appointments. And I was like, no kidding. So that's what I did. I had a family member who I actually went to most of my family members and asked them about it. And there's one particular family member, I won't tell you exactly who this person is, but I asked her, I was like, when was the last mammogram? She's like, wow, I am long overdue. It's been a while. You know, she was caught up with work, life, and, you know, as with everything, I mean, it happens to everybody, you put things off. So she was long overdue, and she's like, yeah, I will definitely get one. I'll get around to it. I asked her again, maybe a couple weeks later, and same answer, long overdue, don't worry, I'll get to it. And so I was like, okay, I see the pattern here. So I actually put in my calendar, I just made a calendar reminder just to have it pop up on my screen every 2 weeks, just to bug her, just to get confirmation on when that appointment is, what day and time. And that I did. It went on for about a month, and she got tired of me. She was like, okay, fine. The last time I asked her, and that day she came back to me, okay, this is the day, this is the time. Happy? I was. Come to find out, they found cancer cells in her breast as well. And so, you know, it's, you know, you just don't know what to think about life. I mean, life is a trip, and, you know, things happen for a reason. You know, my kids playing soccer allowed me to meet this wonderful lady who told me the story about her situation, which encouraged me to follow through with my family members. And so, you know, you just can't take life for granted, folks. And with all that being said, you know, this message goes out to pretty much everybody, you know. And it's not just breast cancer, but, you know, stay on top of your health. Get checked out, get screened, figure out if you're healthy or not, okay? Because you might feel fine, but then again, you might not be. And you'll feel fine until you're not. And when you're not, then it might be too late. Early detection is key, and especially as we get older. So to end things on a positive note, at least, you know, I just had my physical screening, and so far so good. Knock on wood. I'm still hanging in there, still healthy, and you know, I'm gonna keep trying to ride this health train for as long as I can, until I can't, and let's see if it really makes a difference. So, and I really hope that, you know, you folks who are following me, you know, are being inspired, encouraged to do more, to stay fit, stay active. I know it's not easy. Hell, there's some days I don't feel like doing anything at all, but I still do it anyway because I know it makes a difference. And so, either way, guys, keep the momentum going. If you started, if you haven't started, get it going. All right, guys, all the best, and I promise I'll be putting pictures of myself when I turn 50. All right, hats off to everyone. Cheers, be well. So long.